I'm just punching holes. There's like 2 weeks left of school. Punch holes, nobody asks you what you're doing. I'm joking. It's a quote from one of my favorite movies, Superbad. But a lot of the things that you guys have been commenting about and talking to me online is that you guys want to see more fabrication. This hole's a little off because I'm distracted. You want to see me build different things, and I think that's why the 3100 build got so popular on here, mainly because I did a lot of fabricating, and basically it was a lot of me trying stuff that didn't really work and then trying it again, and some sketchy stuff, but who knows. So what we're doing here is we're going to be building a gas tank protector coming off my bolt-in cage. Now this bolt-in cage was actually bought off a gentleman who doesn't make them anymore, Nick Green. He had a company called Nick Green Customs. I love these cages. I only bought one when he was an actual company. I should have bought more. So what we're doing is we're drilling and tapping a whole bunch of half-inch holes. I'm doing every 2 inches. If I find that I need to later on, I'll do one every inch so that I can make my gas tank protector fit. I'm making a couple more because I put it all together and seen there was a couple extra spots. So if I make it every inch, we can adjust the width of the gas tank per car. When I say gas tank, I mean gas tank protector, guys. With 2020 here, there's going to be some big money shows coming up that I'm hoping they're going to make it to. I actually just reserved a spot for me at one of the $10,000 to win shows coming up. But hopefully it's going to be a great year. That's actually where this cage is going to go to. Last year they had a rule saying gas tank protector could be no wider than 24 inches. This year they've changed it. So the cage that I built to go there last year was actually a very underbuilt cage. So this year I'm going to be using my NG Customs cage, and we're going to be modifying it a bit to go from 24 inches, which is also mini meltdown rules, unless they're changing those as well, because I haven't read those. Hopefully it's going to go from 24 to about 36 inches wide with the gas tank protector, which would be cool. And I'm going to make it so it fits in a lot of different cars. Now I'm using a drill press. You really don't have to use a drill press to do all this. You can do this all with a pistol drill. The only problem is I don't have a nice pistol drill. I actually just bought one for work, but I don't want to wreck it yet. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you drill and tap. I have pretty much no issues drilling and tapping. It's part of my job, actually. A lot of you guys always ask me, what do I do for work every day? I am in the skilled trades. I am a millwright. And pretty much what I do on job sites is I install robots in automotive buildings like Honda, Toyota, GM, Ford, Chrysler. I install the robots. I don't program them. I just install them. And then I do a lot of conveyors. Power and free, food conveyor, stuff like that. And drilling and tapping is actually a big part of my job, actually. So, I do this pretty much on a daily basis, so I'm half decent at it. My drill press is nothing fancy. As you can see, it's actually a pretty big pile of crap. So we're just going to punch out the rest of these holes. Put this together, and I'm going to show you guys my game plan. I've already got half of it built. If the drill press would actually cooperate. So we'll see you guys back here in a few seconds. So this is what I've come up with. I have these two plates that attach with 4 half-inch bolts on the top and 2 from the back. So they're going to be pretty stout. So center to center on these right now is 26 inches. Which is not bad. I can make it do a little back to get my 24 at the back. But if you slide this all the way out so that it picks up the last hole, and the last hole, now you measure your center to center, and you're 42 inches. So this right here will bolt into any car. Now, I just have to make the back of it be able to shrink and swell. So you can go short, wide, and you can do it in 2-inch intervals. So here you are. Like I said, I think this is 27 or something. 26, and then you go 2 inches. Now it's going to be a little offset every time you go 2 inches. So right here is 28. This one will be 30. So there you go. It basically goes up by 2-inch increments to get you wide. Most places around me are 24 inches, 32, 26, and then you have pretty much the unlimited, which is you can go as wide as you want. Now the advantage for this is that I can set it up and say I go to the Derby, and this has happened to me before with a couple companies here in Ontario, is they have one set of rules that I read at the beginning of the year, and then I go to a Derby and I find out that the rules have changed, and now you're not allowed to do certain things, or you're allowed to make stuff bigger. So say if I go to a Derby and I'm set up to run 24 inches, let me just try to get this nut on here. I give up. So the rules did say 24, so you have it set up for 24, and now all of a sudden you see guys with 32, you just quickly undo it and you spread it out to your 32 mark. Just like that. So now, not only is it easy to change, now you're competitive just that bit more. So this is my game plan. I'm going to throw some nuts and bolts into this, and then I'm going to go back. I have an idea for the back that is actually using one of these, but I really, really do not want to cut it apart to be able to do this. But we will see. I don't really want to do it, but if that's what I got to do, then that's what I got to do. But we'll see. So let's get going on this. I'm going to, like I said, just tap this down. I'm going to bring it in as far as I can. Make it as narrow as I can so I can get my 24 inches. I'm going to throw some bolts into these, and then I'll build it back so I got 24 inches at the back, because a lot of places 24 is the biggest you can go. So I'd like to set it up for basically the minimum. You set it up for the minimum and you can always get bigger, right? So let's get going at this a little bit more. So I've come up with a little bit of a game plan. I have 2 extra of these cross braces that I was able to pick up used on Kijiji. Finding these cages are extremely hard. And I really did not want to cut this apart at all. Like, legitimately, I did not want to cut this. But, I think I'm going to have to. I want this cage to be able to adapt to pretty much any car. Not only do I want it to go wider, I want it to go longer. Because Soleras, two-door, new body and old body are all different lengths. So I want it to adjust. And not only that, some places say that I need to be 4 inches away from vertical steel. Some people say I can be touching. Some people say 2 inches. Some people say just 2 inches around gas tank. So that means I'd have to shorten it way up. So I'm trying to do the math inside my head and come out with the best way to use this material so there's pretty much no leftovers. So my piece is 35 inches long, and I've done the math. For me to be able to go from the 4 to the 2 to nothing to circulate it in, I'm going to need like a 12-inch piece. But for me to use the holes properly and split the holes up evenly, I'm going to use a 11 and 5/8 piece to get 2 11 and 5/8 pieces, and then that will give me roughly 11 and 5/8 left. So we're just going to cut this up. I'm going to tack weld it in, and then I'm going to take this pipe right here. I'm going to put a bend into it, and then this pipe slides inside of this one to about there, and I'll have my bend, and then I can drill the holes to bolt it together. Now, this is some heavy wall piping right here, tubing, whatever you guys want to call it, and oh, it's actually split, so be aware, Zach, it has a split. This is just cut-offs from a job site. This was a fence inside of a building that I had to remove. So I always try to take as much home from job sites as possible because steel is not cheap. So we're going to start cutting this. We're going to try to put this into the bender, but if that's got a slit in it and it's separating, you're going to have to pay a little bit of extra attention to that. It means the seam wasn't very good on the steel, actually. But we're using the other end, so hopefully we can get away with it and be okay. Hopefully we can bend it and it not explode. And if it does, maybe I can weld it because it will be the piece that does not slide inside of this piece. So this is getting to be a little bit of an engineering project here. we still have to make it slide horizontally as well. We're just making it slide lengthwise. So, yeah, lots of engineering going on. Let's start cutting, tack welding, and see what we can come up with. So I got a little bit of welding to do here, and it's been a really long time since I used these 90-degree magnets, but I figured this would be a fantastic time to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up on center, put our 90-degree magnets on it, put one on each side because we got two, might as well use two. These are some powerful magnets. They picked up some nasty things when I found them, so I know they're still good. We're going to flush it up at the top. We got our 90-degree magnets on it. Square it up a bit, and just going to give it a tack weld. Okay, one magnet's fighting the other one here. So it has taken me quite a bit of time, but this is what I've come up with. I can pull this bolt, and it will slide this way, and then it will slide that way. I just have to bend it up a bit, because it's going to hit the floor. It will slide as well, so that if the rules allow me to go farther back, I can. And then, if I take out these bolts over here, just going to take out one side for now. I'll leave the other side bolted up. I can also spread it this way and then re-bolt it. Just like that. So this cage here is getting to be where I want it to be. It's taken me quite a while, but I've gotten there. Just like that. Now I still have to punch the holes through the yellow to be able to slide it in and out and bolt it down. But honestly, this is going really good. I'm just going to put this back so I can do the rest of my math with it where I want it to be. Just like this. Just like that for now. I'll just do that. Now the next step, I don't actually have them inside here. But just give me a minute, I'll be right back. So the next step, I'm going to bring uprights off of it, just like this. And then we're going to put pretty much the exact same bar I have down here, across up here, and then gussets. Just like that. So there's still quite a bit more to do, and then it will have to be fully welded, gusseted, all that fun stuff. So lots to do, lots to do. Let's get going.